Hey guys, FLW Tour Pro Joe Holland, and I want to introduce you to and show you around my new ride for the FLW Tour in 2017. This is the Z521C Ranger Bass Boat. Check it out. Okay guys, the hull itself on this model is 21 foot 7 inches. It's got a 96-inch beam, 97.5 to the edge of the rub rails. We're running 31 gallons in the live well, 51 gallons in the fuel tank. It's rated for 250 horsepower, which that's what we threw on there with that new Evinrude G2 on the back of this thing. It's 21 inches deep from top to bottom, and there's all sorts of room for fishing, storage, and comfort. Let's talk electronics and mounts for a second. We're running the Lowrance HDS 12s, Gen 3s, touchscreen. These things are beasts. They got a lot of screen there. Full color, side scan, structure scan. It's got all the features. Got two on the helm, two up on the bow. We'll show you those in a second, and I'll show you my mounts. So I partnered up with Precision Sonar Accessories. They're making these high quality, heavy duty mounts. These things are rugged. I'll show you these, folks. I got DuraSafe lock, E-locks on there. That hopefully will deter some people from trying to snatch these off of there. They go on pretty simple. They come off a lot harder than they go on, which is a good thing. But as far as the mounts go, the Precision Sonar mounts, you give Randy a call over there at Precision Sonar. He'll hook you up for whatever boat model you have. But take a look at how beefy these are. That's not your standard mount right there for the helm. That's a 1/4 inch aluminum plated. Everything's bolted, got springs here, locks, and then it mounts onto this entire plate that covers up the entire dash. All right, it's bolted in there. That thing's not going anywhere. I'm actually pulling very hard on that thing right there, and it's not even budging. So that's gonna be great in rough water out on Okeechobee or Erie or wherever we are. Up front, we did pretty much the same thing. We had a choice up here to go side by side or do the over and unders, and I thought the over and under would look a little bit better and clear up a little deck space. So same thing, Precision Sonar mount. Another one, rugged, very thick, high quality right there, and rugged. Those things aren't moving at all. For those of you that know me, you know that I love this motor. I've been running this motor since day one, since it came out. This is the G2 from Evinrude, 250 horsepower, although I wouldn't be surprised if it's not a heck of a lot more than that. Torque, fuel economy, oil economy, high end, low end, whole shot. This thing has got it all. I'm excited to run it. It'll be my 3rd year running it. Totally love this motor, as you can see. I can't say enough about it. This thing is the real deal. I'm excited to push this big Ranger with this motor right here. So that's what we're running on the back for power. I'll give you a little bit different look at this if you haven't seen it before. That's full-on beast mode right there, folks. That's the one right there that you want to get. And then up front, for power up front, we're running my favorite trolling motor. So this is the one I love. It's the Minn Kota. I don't have the new one yet. This is the 112 4-Trex. Absolute beast in the grass. I'm I love it. It goes up and down easy, which is nice. You know, you could just drop it, and it's got the pistons that'll layer down slow. It pops up easy. Went with a shorter shaft this year. Do a lot of flip in, stuff like that, so I should be able to get over it easy enough. But yeah, this is the one I love right here, is the Fortrex, the Minn Kota, and it's got 112 pound thrust. It's a beast. So front end, back end power. I got as much power as I could possibly get on this boat, and it's gonna show. The performance on this thing's gonna be awesome, fishing or running. The live well is one of the most important compartments in this entire boat for a tournament fisherman, and you guys know that, so I'll show you what we're looking at here. Got one lid, got one fully insulated lid with a latch. Gonna open this baby up. This is pretty cool. This is something I've never had before, are these Lexan covers. It's a splash guard, but it also, see, they slide back and forth for the boater or the co-angler side. It does have a divider in the middle that you can take out if you're fishing, you know, big pike or muskie, or if you only fish team tournaments and stuff like that. You could take that center divider out, but I'm gonna leave it right in there. The cool thing about these lids are, you know, it happens. It's never malicious, but it does happen where a guy will throw his fish in the wrong side, or one will jump over or something like that. And when that happens, unless it is marked and you could tell them apart, then you got to throw them back, or you can get disqualified for the day. And I know some guys who've lost a ton of money. I mean, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars from accidents in the live well. So that's one thing these lids are going to do, is they take away that, you know, it gives you a little added sense of security when you have to slide it to get your fish in or out. It's a good splash guard too when you're pounding in the waves, and it's a cool feature I'm going to like. So that's one thing. Let's get right inside this live well and see what we got in there. So got the screens for the pump out screens. That's nice because you got the crawdad, shad, stuff like that. You got a recirc, you got an aerator and a recirc. T&H Marine makes this oxygenator. That thing's awesome. It's I got it rigged on a switch on this boat. You don't even have to rig it on a switch. You can basically, it's water activated, and it pumps a ton more oxygen into that live well to keep the fish alive and keep them healthy. We got a light on each side. Got one over there. We're gonna slide it over. Got one over there with a pump out, and we're looking at 31 gallons of water in that live well right there. So all right, let's get right into the guts on this boat and see what powers all the electronics and everything electrical on it. I'll show you what I'm running for batteries, for chargers, and show you kind of what I have back there going on. So let's take a peek. It's cool, the lid opens the right way to get to while you're fishing, which I like a lot. It's got the piston that'll hold it up. So basically just pop it up there. All right, I'm running Optimus Blue Tops 31s, the D31Ms. I'm running it for all 4 of my batteries. This is my favorite charger right here, the Minn Kota 460PC. It's pumping out 15 amps per 4 banks, and it'll run any type of battery you're running other than lithium. So I set it to my AGM. It'll do flooded or gel cell too, and you just set them the first time, and it's got that memory in there, and it is an awesome smart charger. So that's my favorite charger. This is the setup we're running for batteries. And I'm sure you noticed this right away. This is awesome. This is one thing I really like a lot, is a spare prop holder. So not only am I not throwing that in just any compartment or something like that, this thing's battened down right there. It's in there pretty good, and it's not going anywhere. And I always have a spare prop right there because, you know, you never know when you're going to break one or hit something or hit a gator or just, you know, another competitor's in need. It's nice to be able to have a spare prop on board. So I like that. I like the space on it. This is a really cool feature I'm pretty excited about. I'm excited to use it too. So it's got, all right, so right now it's set up for everything I'm running. If I happen to run my starting battery down with my pumps going, with all my electronics and everything else going, I just flip this up to the jump start right there, and it'll pull enough current off my trolling motor batteries for a start. And then my big motor will be able to recharge my starter battery as I'm running. So I'll never be left dead in the water with that. That came standard on the Z521C Ranger, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then I could even switch over to my trolling motor batteries too if there's a major problem with a starting battery. So, and then also that's my off and on switch. At the end of the day, I can flip that to off. Everything's down. The trolling motor has a circuit breaker right over there on the wall mounted there, and here on this wall, I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but I have another breaker here. I have a bunch of my fuses for my power poles, for my jack plate, a couple other things. One thing we ran when I was at East Coast Perfection running some of this stuff, we ran a cable through, so if I ever have to get a wire or anything through again, it'll be a heck of a lot easier. I don't know, I'm not sure why more boat manufacturers don't do that right there, because that would make life a lot easier for boat owners and for shops that install electronics and work on boats. Just throw a couple extra in there, maybe throw a tube, an empty tube, so guys can run the wires a lot easier, because it's not always easy running a wire from here just to that dashboard right there. It's not far. You'd think it'd be easy, but it's hard to do sometimes. So yeah, so we left one in there. That's what we got back there in the guts. It's nice, it's clean. I like how organized it is. I got the T&H Marine battery holders, so the batteries are going to stay still. Oh yeah, you didn't even see where my power pole pumps were. Those suckers are hidden. That's another cool thing about this boat, is there's all sorts of room back there. They're back there. So my power pole pumps are back there, which is pretty cool. If I need to ever get to them to fill them up with hydraulic fluid or check them or just do my general maintenance, this is pretty sweet right here. This actually pops off this plate. You know, you're talking 16 screws. That thing pops right off, and you can get to it very easily, and it's an easy mount. So that's another really cool feature. I love how much room's in the back of this boat. You know, fishermen, it's something that a lot of guys overlook until they've run a bunch of different boats, or they've, you know, spent a lot of time on the waters, how nice that is, having all that room back there. One of the first things I noticed when I was checking out this boat is how comfortable it is, and a big part of the comfort in this thing are the seats. The seats are big, which is nice because I'm a big boy, but everybody likes a bigger seat anyway. The driver's seat is adjustable. See, it slides forward and back, locks in. You could set it exactly how you want it for those rough rides or for just running around. Co-angler seat, another really big seat right there. Real strong, dense foam. You know, you can kneel on them. You can feel how nice they are. They don't move at all. The back seat's the all-weather seat. This thing's awesome. Take a peek at that. I mean, just the quality on all the stuff on this boat is just amazing that Ranger puts into everything, even for the co-angler seat in the back, the all-weather seat. And then that's got a strap that locks it down. Big rugged pole. That's a nice seat. And then the fishing seat up front, the pedestal seat, that's another beauty right there. And you can just see the quality they put into all their stuff right there. So I'm gonna like that. It's pretty sweet right there. Then you could use it for leaning too. So it makes for a good leaner. They're adjustable up and down with that push lever. So it's nice if you want to put your hips right on it, like this. I don't know if you can see that, but you put your hip on it for leaning, for fishing. And the other cool thing is it's got 2 ports where you can stick that pole either there or there, you know, depending on how far up on the trolling motor you want to be. So the seats on this thing, man, it's just a total comfort boat. It's really an awesome rig. I think guys are going to really enjoy, you know, being co-anglers in this thing, and I'm really going to enjoy running this boat. So let's take a peek at all the storage in this boat. It's got a ton of it. It's a big boat, so it should have big storage and a lot of storage. All right, box behind the seat is huge. I had I had 9 gallons of oil in that thing already. Another cool thing about these compartments is it has this upper section here with a blocker, so you could, you know, it's almost like a tray where you can stick stuff up there and it's not going to slide. Same storage on the other side behind the co-angler. You could fit probably Oh, I don't know how many Plano boxes in there, but I'm gonna guess you can fit more Plano boxes in there than you'd probably need. All of them have drains in it. They got a rubber pad with a Z on it in the bottom of them for sound and for you know, so your stuff isn't getting beat up. Coolers in this boat. This is pretty sweet right here. That's one of the coolers right there. They're all gel sealed and insulated. So that one, it comes with plugs. Good strong rugged box with a lock on it. And then this one doubles up as a cooler. Another one. So quite larger right there, or you could, I don't know, you could put bait in there, I guess, if you bait fish. But that's another cool one. It's got the piston right there to keep it up. I like those. I like those coolers a lot. I'm gonna get a lot of use out of those, I can tell you that right now. Let's keep moving forward. Oh wait, we missed one. Between the seats, so you got this nice rugged step, and it's a big step right there, so guys won't need to step on the seats, and it'll be easy for jumping up front or back. So take a peek in there. That flips up. It's got the other piston too, so it'll hold it up. Be able to put your phones, your iPads, your wallet, your keys, your scales, whatever you need. You could throw in here your extra keys or your truck keys. And you know, one thing I'm noticing with all the boxes and latches and everything on this boat is just how high quality it is. Everything fits really tight. Everything's snug. You could tell it's just a really well built boat. So that's the storage there. We did the coolers. Let's keep moving forward. So here's another giant box right there. This thing's huge. It's deep. This boat is super deep, you know, being 21 inches. It just is so much room for storage. And then another cool thing is that one also has the shelf built into it too. I like those shelves, man. I never had that before. I think I'm gonna really like those shelves a lot. Yeah, so let's move forward. All right, we got another compartment here. I can see this one's gonna have like my tools in it. I'll have my life jackets, my throw buoy there, and it also doubles up as a rod box for rods that are 6'6" or under. And continuing on storage, let's talk rod boxes. Got this side over here, we have 10 rods or more, depending on how many you want to shove in those holes. That'll hold rods 8 foot rods or less. It's got the holes bored out for it, and then, you know, you put the butts in there, and then these bungees will hold them tight. So that's pretty sweet right there. That'll keep stuff up high, dry, and out of the way. The central box right here, this is a pretty large box. It's got a couple pistons on it to hold that up. That'll hold, it looks like, another 2, 4, 5. It's got another 10 slots up front. That'll hold rods 8'6" or better, and it'll also hold a bunch of tackle back here too. So that's another pretty sweet thing. Rod storage, looks like there's plenty of rod storage on the boat. Another really cool thing that they did on the Comanche this year is the PVRS, the power ventilation rod storage system. So that's what it looks like right there, the PVRS. And that's a fan that'll actually blow through all these boxes. It's a powered fan, and it'll keep some airflow, it'll keep stuff moving. So if you put your rods away and they're wet, or if you get, you know, some water in there, if it's raining and you open it up, the ventilation system should be able to dry it up and keep it moving, and you're not going to have mold or any, you know, wet compartments when you open them up later. So that's a pretty cool system too. Another added on feature. And you're looking at it right there. The TH Marine, the oxygenator right there. Couple other really cool features on this boat is the net holder. I like this a lot. So basically, I don't have my net with me right now, but basically you just shove the butt end of the net in there and you slide it up and in. The net will lay right here on the floor, and it'll be out of your way, you know, when you're running. It won't fly out of the boat. It's out of your way when you're trailering and stuff like that, and it's easy access when you need it. So I like that a lot. I've always liked that. Got some spots for tools right here, your pliers, your cutters, your snippers, your braid scissors, both sides right here. Got that. It's got that nice little stainless cover on it. We have a measuring board right there. Come on over there. Got a measuring board with a Ranger that tucks nicely away right there. As you can see, it stays in. It's not going to fall out. I guess you just kind of lift it and pull it out like that. Co-angler has all sorts of room over here for storage and for sitting. You got your, where is it? Down there, you got your old crap handle with a lever, retractable right there. You know, if the driver's a little bit of a loose nut behind the wheel over here and hitting some pretty hard waves, that's always nice for somebody to be able to grab onto that, and hopefully the co-angler gets onto it before I grab it, because sometimes I like to grab that too, even when I'm driving, if it gets real rough. So that's another cool feature. Rods for the co-angler, you got all these slots right here to put the butt ends in. You can set them up top, whatever you need to do. A little compartment down here, cup holder, locked boat buckle, retractable for the co-angler, so you'll get a bunch of rods in there. Also got a cup holder right here for you, and a lot of room. Basically, you know, one thing I've probably said a bunch on this video already is it has a lot of room. This boat's big. It's a big boat, and it's going to be nice. I mean, you can never have too much storage and too much room when you're out here fishing, and it just adds to the comfort. So we're talking comfort, we're talking quality. Those are a couple of key features that I've probably hammered through already on this. All right, guys, let's talk add-ons on this boat for a second. 8-foot power pole blades. These things are the best shallow water anchor on the market. I've run these things every year since I've been a pro and absolutely love them. I can't even imagine how we used to fish without them. Use them so much around the docks and use them around, you know, while you're fishing or bed fishing or just any kind of fishing, or even slow you down out in big open water. But it seems like every year these things are getting quieter and they're getting faster, and it's just an awesome added feature to put on your boat, and I wouldn't go without them. One thing that we're still working on are the voice activated controls for these things. So you just say, hey, power pole, down, like that, and they go down. And then when they're down, you can just say, hey, power pole, go up, like that, and they go up. So to be honest with you, we're not really in production with that yet. So I had a remote in my pocket. But yeah, so there's a remote right there. I run that thing. You could wear that like that. I'll show you the blades and the mounts right there. These things are awesome. They're not going anywhere. Look how rugged that is. That mount is on there. And then as far as controls go for this thing, I like to wear this one around my neck. I have one at the helm right back here, so you know, if you ever forget this in the truck or something like that, you have this one right here where you just push that button. And then up front, the new ones are the foot pedals that are really cool. I like these a lot right there. So I haven't really screwed these down yet because I don't know exactly where I want them, but basically you have these and then you just hit them like that. And then here they come. And those are awesome for when you're fighting a fish or you got your hands full or whatever, you know. Those are really, really nice, and I like having those. That's a cool feature that Power Pole came out with a couple of years back that is just, it's another thing that once you run them, you don't want to go without them. Another thing I don't like to go without anymore, once you run them once, are hydraulic jack plates. And here, this is the new heavy duty Atlas hydraulic jack plate. It holds this motor, it's safe, it's secure, and it's very fast. It's good for up and down, it's good for getting out of shallow water. You get the most out of your boat if you could kind of tweak it when you're running to find out just, you know, where you're going to get the most out of your boat. So that's something I love right there. Is strong Atlas. That's the Atlas HD, made by T&H Marine, and it's strong and secure, and I highly recommend it. To run that thing, I put the Dual Pro trim switches at my helm. So as you're running, you don't have to take your hand off the wheel, and you can just reach over and, you know, this one over here does my tilt and trim. This one over here does my up and down for the motor. Yeah, so just to show you how big this boat is and how wide it is, we're gonna take a measurement across. So we'll go right in front of the console, and We'll do an inside. So let's do an inside to inside measurement right there. And what we're looking at is 84 inches. That's a lot of room across there. When I get tired, if I need to take a nap, I shouldn't have a problem laying down across that or just lengthwise. And then one of the most important spots is here, right at the pedestal, inside to inside. You're looking at 67 inches right there. So that's a lot of room. You're talking 5 foot and 7 inches across right there. You know, you got your rods up here on the deck, or say you're fishing a team tournament, and your partner comes up front and you guys are fishing next to each other. There's nothing like having that much room. And then, as you can see, the room even extends to the front here. We ran boat buckles. I love these things, the retractable rod buckles for this thing. That holds the rods down. It's so quick and easy, and you save a lot of time for not having a strap or Velcro or anything like that. You just pull that out and then it retracts back in. Boat is the ladder, in case you fall out or you go for a swim or you need to pick somebody up in a hurry. That's pretty sweet. That folds down, locks up, super easy to use. And then another cool thing that I like is the remote, the flow right plug system. So you're not crawling under and banging your head on the motor or the power poles or anything like that to put the plug in and out every day. It's right here. Basically, this is it. In, out. It's that easy for the plug. And then I'll show you underneath how that thing works. Let me see. Where is it? Another cool feature is for the battery charger is getting to the plug. I don't have to open up compartments or dig around or reach for that plug all over the place or find out where it is. It's right there, so that'll actually pull out for me if I want. I can plug it into my extension cord or my generator or whatever I have, and it's easy access. So everything's made for fishermen. It's easy access here. It's just a really nice setup. As far as the stern light plugs in right here. Got a pole for that. And then up front we have the port and the starboard lights are built right into the hull, which are nice. They're right here on this side, and then on the other side we're looking right here. So there's a bite. Yeah, baby.